Good morning. How's everyone out there doing today? I'm here with the amazing and marvelous Mel Kelly. He was born in Ireland and made in Germany, which is the title of his first book. And then he wrote about disastrous dating. He is a disastrous dating coach, and he is moving on his way to becoming a disastrous life coach. Welcome, Mel.
Thank you so much, Amy. It's a pleasure and honor to be here with the amazing Amy Hamilton, the amazing author of two amazing books, The Consummate Communicator and The Project Manager. So looking forward to today's session, today's topic, and looking forward to giving you some more terrible dating advice.
So, Mel, we're going to talk about something very, very important to our viewers today. And it's really hard to believe. I just looked at our episode count. We're at episode 47. Like we are almost at the 1 year point of bad dating advice for those out there. And for our viewers, if you have not seen it, go back to episode 1. It's probably even worse than what we gave you today. We've given some really terrible advice through the past year, and it's going to keep coming. Now we've got people out there. People are struggling in this dating world, and they're looking to you for this advice. Serial first and second dating. So these people are out there. I will admit they're women. Could be guys, I don't know. But in this case, it came from a few different women where they have a great first date, or maybe even a great first date and a great second date. But these dates then are not moving beyond that point. Like lots of first and second dating. Serial first and second dating. What's your advice? How do you get past that? How do you get to that magical third date?
Yeah, it kind of links into what we were talking about in the last show about life events. You got to bring people to life events, family birthday parties, and then there's a second birthday party and a third birthday party, or bring them to funerals, bring them to weddings, and there's always a part 2 or part 3 of these things. So yeah, that's a way of getting a second, third, fourth date. Yeah, bring them to family events that just keep coming along, So
I think they should just take them straight with them to like a doctor's appointment. Like, like real life events, right? Like, hey, why don't you come with me? I'm having my cholesterol checked today.
Because they're getting to know you as a real person, as how you are in everyday life. None of this sort of dressy up sort of stuff that you do on a normal date. But you just bring them into your normal life. Yeah, doctor's appointment,
bring
with
them
the dentist.
To clean your baseboards. Baseboards. Bring them in. You've moved all the furniture in your house, like I've done, and you're scrubbing baseboards on your hands and knees. Like nothing says romance like scrubbing baseboards.
Yeah, but it's a good test. Good test for the relationship, because if they can't scrub baseboards with you, then it's what future do you have? So you've got to get that set out straight from the start, get-go, absolute get-go.
This is a good point. As a matter of fact, for my future dating, I'm going to start putting out there, like I have a big mulching project coming up in my yard, right? Like mulching all the garden beds and stuff. Like if you're not going to mulch with me, like it's just not going to work. Like date
mulching? What's mulching?
So like the wood chips that you put on the gardens.
Okay, yeah.
That's mulch. And so you live your apartment life, right? So you don't have a house. So for working in the garden, if you're not willing to come help cut down branches, mow the lawn, mulch the yard, and just put them to work. And if you're not willing to do that on the first date, like sorry, like this is
over. It's over. Yeah. See, what are you looking for a handyman or a lover? So
aren't they the same thing?
Oh. Exactly. So there you go. There's your answer. Get to it. See how good he is at DIY. We can do the DIY.
You know what, though?
He's a keeper.
I went on a date with someone, and it was a second or third date, and he saw my lawn, and he said, "This lawn looks like it'd be really hard to mow." And I just thought, like, there was something so negative in that comment where I thought, like, I've just met you, sir. Like, I have not asked you to mow my lawn. Why do you care?
There's the mistake. You should have gotten to mow your lawn.
So I should have just asked him right up, and then I would have known on the first date, and I wouldn't have had the other consecutive dates with him and wasted my time.
Go mow the lawn. Show me who the man here is, Show me how to mow the lawn if it looks so difficult.
Because I have like lots of little pathways and stuff. So it's, he was looking at it like, oh my gosh, you'd actually have to cut the engine off the lawnmower and then move the lawnmower and then do the next section. And I'm like, it's not hard. I mean, I'm not exactly a rocket scientist, and I can figure out how to mow a lawn. So,
and that was an example of how you didn't get to the third date.
Yeah.
Maybe your answer, you have answered your own question, So to get past that second, third date, just don't even get anyway. Yeah, bring the guys over, get them mow your
Oh,
lawn, and
there you go. Just have no standards. That would work. I was just reading
so
about a woman who
standards are always problematic for the longevity of a relationship.
I was reading about this female corrections officer who just broke a guy out of prison. I'm just saying it's an option. Once you have a jailbreak together, you're in it.
You're in it, yeah. Well, there you
You're
go.
in that. You're committed to that relationship.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you're all in. I mean, that's going to be a very good first date. Well, they've already done their first couple of dates anyway, so so anyway.
When your
But
first date prison break, that's like probably the worst advice I think we've ever given, Mel.
to break out of prison together. I mean, there you go. I mean, that's a way of doing it. But how to get to that third date? There is a way. There is a way. This is you keep the dates, first one and the second one, as short as possible. So like first date, half an hour for coffee, and second one, keep it short for an hour, but any longer than that, and then you see you'll get to your third date, because
You think so?
that's the way to do it, because then
Because I think if you date for too short, also though, that people are like, I don't want to go out with you again. Like, there's nothing to say. Like,
well, no, I mean, if you're going to
get
date
that
somebody
backfire too.
how long is a first date? How long do you think a first date should be?
I think about an hour to 2 hours.
Okay, and a second date, how long? Give or take?
About the same.
Okay, yeah, no, but I mean, you hear of people going on dates and they go walk up mountains or walk around lakes, and they spend the whole day together on a first date, and you're thinking, well, that's never going to go to a second date. As an example, you spend the whole day with somebody.
Or they spend their time doing that, end up at a Vegas chapel, just get married right then. It's problem solved. You don't have to worry about a second or third date. You already just got hitched.
You just got hitched, yeah, but that's in the movies. Oh yeah, the movies are in America, so that's the sort of thing that happens in America. But does that happen to any of your friends? No, it only happens in the movies. So, but yeah, like, this is the thing, is keep the dates short. That's how you get to the third date. Or, I don't know. I mean, promise something special on the third date. Like, I don't know. But I mean, what would you think? I mean, what would you think? How do you get to the third date then?
Well, to me, I kind of look at it as like it goes both ways. And I think that high value women should be looking at, is this guy worthy of
What's the
third date?
difference
And
between
kind of
high
putting it.
value? Oh, sorry. High value women. What's the difference between high value women and women?
So
What do you
women
mean
who
by that?
understand themselves and respect themselves, they're not looking for some guy to save them or just settling for any guy. They're looking for a guy who's going to be their partner.
Okay, right. Is that not just a normal woman?
No, there's many damsels in distress out there, Mel Kelly. There are many damsels in distress.
You can maybe say that. I can't.
I will say this. I mean, and I think it's getting a lot better. I think we're really teaching our girls today to be stronger and to just go out there and live their lives. And, if you're with a partner, that's great. If you're not with a partner, that's great. If you're with a same-sex partner, that's great. Be who you are meant to be in your life. And it doesn't take someone else to complete you. And, maybe that's why a lot of people aren't getting third dates, is because they're already enough just for themselves.
Okay, so these high value women, as you like to use the expression, which I would just say normal women, but high value women, yeah, they struggle, you think, with getting the second, third date because they don't settle for any old bum that comes along. Is that it? That's the point?
Well, I think there's that, but I also think that a lot of times, like one of my friends in particular, she said the guys are like, well, you don't really need me. And she's like, no, like I would like to be with a guy, but yes, I pay my own bills. I have my own life. Like, I'm not looking for someone to, save me. Right. And I think a lot of times there's still this kind of, they talk about it, the hero instinct that guys want, where they're like, have some kind of, you're supposed to trigger this. I don't know. There's articles about it. I don't know what to do. Obviously I'm epically failing.
So maybe you need to ask the guy at the start, are you looking for somebody to be a damsel in distress, somebody to save, or are you looking for a partner? There, problem solved.
Well, that might have actually been really good advice. Are you
There
sure you want to
you
give
go.
that?
That's the first question on the first date. What are you looking for? Are you looking for
So,
somebody
Mal,
to
that
say?
brings us really a great segue into next week's show. And next week, we're going to be talking about when both people have careers and how do you juggle
Oh,
things when it's a two careers of the party, and how do you make that work?
yeah, there you go. It's going to be exciting. Looking forward to that, and it's been great to have
Mel,
you
it's
all here
always
today. I
great.
look forward
Thank you so much.
so much. We see you all next week.